EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from Houston. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Stroud begins with a pass. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
All right.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. Into space at the 45. And he'll be taken down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
That's already 2 catches for this guy, and we haven't even seen him hand the ball to him yet. And that's really what these running backs have become in the league. They're really just all-around weapons, and if the ground game's not working, you can go to the air, and vice versa. The more times this guy touches the ball, the better it is for this offense.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Dell motioning over. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That's going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie out of Ohio State.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Now a 1st carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Danielle Hunter with the stop. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set. Hey, Kaplan. Ready?
Another run here with Harris. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Harris again. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send him right out of the slot. On 2nd down, a run with Harris. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Herbert looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
All right. Hey, uno. Under. Hey.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with him and take that play away. He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, uno. Hey.
Stroud to throw. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he's into the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. His 12th touchdown of the year. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Herbert. He's going to air this one out looking for Cooper. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for for their position.
Already.
On first down, it's Stroud. A throw caught by Dell on the outside. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll lead to a second down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
To the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Slot man in motion right. On first and 10, here's Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's the Texans who have the early lead. On the give, it's Harris. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
A run. Here's Harris. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down.
Well, it's clear, Mike, this defense is really locked in. They have a clear beat on what this run game plan is. Back-to-back stops for no gain brings up third and long.
It is third and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
All right.
Stroud to throw here on first down. That'll be taken in by Mixon. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd and a yard. On play action, Stroud. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
All right.
Back to throw, Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He's looking for Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Stroud. That one taken in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. That touchdown number 3 for him in the game and number 14 for the year. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. Downfield, that's Johnston. He's got it. And he will have this at midfield. Forced out of bounds there. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Herbert now on first down. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one? On first down, Herbert. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Herbert to the air again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That's taken in, down inside the 10. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They'll run with Harris. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Pistol here for Herbert. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Herbert, touchdown Chargers.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is, there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback. And this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Look the hot, look the hot.
From the gun, here's Stroud. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is hard. And he's got another one. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. Full first half touchdown. Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Set.
Herbert now on 1st down. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. Now a timeout, Chargers here. That's their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
21. Go, go. Set.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. That's going going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. This time they stay on the ground. So we reach halftime in what has been to this point a one-sided game. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here's Darius Davis from his end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10.
59, 59. Hey, go Lion. Go.
Throwing, Herbert. That's pulled in. Najee Harris.
Ready, go.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40. From the gun, it's Herbert. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was trying to get that to Najee Harris. And it'll bring up second down.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Now Herbert again. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Herbert to the air again. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Throwing again, Herbert. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Glad McConkey the one he was looking for. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Herbert. And he's in. That's McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And left side, it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Here we go, let's go.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. That is incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Oh, ready? Hey, uno.
On 2nd down, Stroud. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, he creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. Downfield, got him, and he's got it. He is in. Touchdown, Houston. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On play action, now Herbert. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. On first and 10, here's Stroud. There's that man again, another catch. Second down and 8.
Oh, hey. Hey, south. Out to the right. Hey.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Let the hot.
Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Why, Tony?
They'll go. It's Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On first down, it's Stroud. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but it can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Now, Stroud. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans tack on one more to their lead. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line.
Set. 5-9, 5-9. Ready.
Herbert now on first down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Shotgun now for Herbert. The ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Firing downfield for Conklin. And they take him down. Big pickup through the air. But there is a flag on the field. Will this stand? The Chargers get set to kick it away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And this one will not be returned. Not the best of kicks, as it's going to wind up being touchdown.
South. On the quick, right? Robin. Buggy.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over.
That is caught. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
Crowd right. Set. Let's go.
Herbert now on first down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Here's Herbert. That's into the hands of Disley downfield. They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Charger first down. From the gun, it's Herbert. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Buggy.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Hey, go Lion.
To throw, it's Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
21. Ready.
To throw is Herbert. Again, working deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. Third down coming up.
Run. Baylor tight. Set. Hey, Kappa. Set.
Now, Herbert. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down.
Homie trips right.
They'll go for it. It's Herbert. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line.
Set. 5-9. Let's go. Hey.
Herbert to the air again. That's caught left side by Cooper. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Crowd right. Let's go.
Throwing again, Herbert. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30.
I got to give credit, Mike, where credit is due. I mean, they have played a complete game in all facets of football. I mean, the scoreboard pretty much reflects what we've seen play out here over the last 4 quarters.
Set to go now on first and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete. Rasul Douglas there to break that one up.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your...
A big hole. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will add one more onto their big lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, Herbert. Firing downfield for Conklin. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Already.
On play action, Stroud. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Hey, south. Oh, right.
Stroud to throw here on first down. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick 6? And, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance he gets. Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline. sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now a deep ball here for Collins. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one.